love that. Did y'all notice that we have a female voice now? It was a man's voice for so long. I wonder if they got some feedback on that he needed to be nicer. I'm not sure. But I am Melissa Shaver. For all of you that are listening to this maybe later and you're wondering who we all are, this is a Passionate Pursuit team, and we are here tonight for our team training. And I'm thrilled that if you are watching this later, probably someone here tonight knew that you needed to hear some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight. It's super exciting. And so I'm thrilled that you're going to be with us as part of the replay. And I'm so grateful for so many of you being on here live with us. Want to share a couple of things. I think that this month, I'm really excited about this month. Over the years, at different times in the seasons of a year, you hear me say, I get super excited. I feel like that there's momentum that's going to happen. And I feel like we're in that space. Couple of reasons. Number one, September, less than 30 days at this point, is phase 2 of our modernization. Guys, make sure that you're on the call next week. I believe it's next week, if that's right. Let me see if Michelle Harrell is shaking her head. She is. So next week, August the 11th, you want to be on that call. So excited about what is about to happen. And you guys are going to flip whenever you see the ease of it. Ease, I feel like we all need the easy button. Remember the easy button? Because of that. But another thing outside of that, which is huge, is that, there we go, is that everybody starts just they're ready for a change. There's something as we get ready for the school year and mamas are getting kids back into school, everybody is ready for something new. They're ready to have a little bit more time. That's what I continue to hear is I'm going to get a little bit more time back. I can focus differently. And so we have friends that might not be part of this business. Yes and amen if you're part of this business and all of a sudden you have time. But I'm talking about your friends that have more time and realize that maybe it's time to get back into that exercise routine, to get focused on themselves, because this is what's about to happen. You know exactly. And I just feel it. And maybe it's because we've had some cooler weather in Texas, but you know, school starts, then football season starts, then Halloween happens, then here comes Thanksgiving and Christmas. But what even stands out more to me that I think we're going to really feel a big momentum, guys, is some people, not you, because I feel like you're intentional every single day. I feel like that whenever you come into community, we all get to this place of intentionality of, I'm called to do specific things. I'm called to impact. But we're about to have community, friends, family that realize as we move into this holiday season that starts with school being back in football, is 2 years have gone by. 2 years. And that's really has been standing out to me a lot today as I have prepared for tonight, of the realization that some people, it's going to click that they lost all of 2020 and that all of a sudden 21 flew. And so everything that they gained in 2020, everything that they lost in 2020, that they said 21 is going to be different, they've allowed it to go to the wayside, and they're going to be running into their fourth quarter of the year realizing that either things have changed, but maybe they've gone negatively backwards instead of going forward into an area that they desire to go. We have the blessing, the privilege, and the opportunity to come alongside people and to give them hope in so many different ways. It's not just about this business, but you have learned so much because of this business of how to love people, how to serve people, how to come alongside, how to start conversations, how to encourage. And that's the greatness of it. The business comes when you serve people well. And so I want you to get your radar out. I want you to start praying about that. I want you to start seeing that people are going to have a little bit of margin because, yeah, kids are going back to school, but that margin is going to make them realize they've lost about 18 months. So think about that a little bit. This is what I want to ask you as we get started is, what are you committed to doing in August? Now, if you've been with us at all in Power 30, we talk so much towards what's your goal today? How do you want to impact? What do you want to do this month? But I want you to think about right now, what are you committed to? Not what are you going to do? What are you committed to within yourself, within your people, within your family, within your business? What are you committed to? How will you show up this month differently than you showed up last month? What does that look like for you? What do you need to believe about yourself to make it happen? If you're like, these are my goals, this is what I'm doing, what do you have to believe about you? Because possibly those were your goals last month and you didn't believe last month. There's something about yourself that you have to change and believe for those things, for you to even show up. I don't know if you saw my post tonight. I talked about I don't deserve, right? And so many people, and if you heard my Power 30 yesterday morning, we talked about how we sabotage. If you didn't listen, go back and listen to that recording. You have to come to the place of believing that you're called here, believing that you are enough, believing that you are equipped, believing that you are supposed to show up and be committed. So what is that belief? And I want you to dig deep into that, because you have to unlock those areas. And then what do you need to believe about your team this month? If you don't believe in your team, if you don't believe that they want this business, if you don't believe that they desire to be consistent every single day, you're going to treat them differently. People that you are like, I know she wants to be consistent, I know she wants to do this business, you communicate with them differently than the people that you're like, they're not going to stick with it, I already know it. You treat them differently. I want you to think about that and evaluate that. So if you have big goals for August, I want you to think about how you believe about your team, about your customers, about your potentials, about how you're building relationships. What do you believe about them? Because the way you believe will come to be. It's just proven. So think about those things. A couple of announcements that I want to make, and then we're going to jump all in. First is Power 30. I just talked a little bit about that just a few minutes ago. Power 30 is every Monday through Friday. I want you to know why you need this. Now, some people can't do 9:30 Central. I totally get that. You're working or you're taking kids somewhere. I get that. Some people are actually listening to them later in the day as recordings. They're getting on Zooms with their team and just doing a small Power 30 with some of their side sisters or some of their accountability. That is awesome. I highly recommend this. But what I want you to hear is why you need it. You need it because of the community. You guys are missing a word, I promise, every single day. As I thought about sharing this with you, my very first thought was, if you could only get on for 10 minutes from 9:30 to 9:40, I promise it's worth your while, without a doubt, without a doubt. Because every morning somebody brings a word, and every morning it's exactly what we need to hear, always. I don't think that there has been a time for the first 10 minutes for you to get gratitude, for you to get a word, for you to get settled in with an intentionality. Even if you're going somewhere and you can't do the rest of that Power 30, I promise it is enough. And so I want you to think about that, because you need that community. You need to know what it looks like to be consistent every single day. I'm going on 8 years, 8, maybe 9. I don't even know anymore. We're in 22, 8 years. I still talk about our consistency muscle. And so many people, their muscle is not strong with consistency. If you will get consistently showing up for only 30 minutes at some point in your day, 9:30 is awesome. Recording is awesome. Accountability with other people for 30 minutes later is great. Go for it. It teaches you consistency and accountability. That's why you need it. That's why we give it to you every week. Because we want you to have that. We want you to have that word. We want you to grow. We want you to see what it feels like to grow. We want you to hear other people and how they're growing, because it only inspires you. And guys, one of the biggest things is that when you show up, it allows you prepares you, equips you to recommit every single day. You know, in my marriage that I committed to 28 years ago, 29 years ago, goodness gracious, 29 years ago, I have to commit every day to that marriage. And I committed to love that man every single day. And guess what? I have to commit to that every single day. If I don't commit and show up every single day that that marriage is going to be strong and I'm committed to it, we would not still be together. Same thing with him. It's the same thing with your business. You have to commit every single day of I'm all in. I'm here. I'm ready. I want to inspire. I want to love. I want to help people transform. And I'm committed. 30 minutes will get you there every single day. It will get you where you need to be. So I want you on Power 30. If you can be there at 9:30, if at 9:30 every single day you're not on and you're also just sitting around thinking, what am I supposed to be doing? And you're drinking your coffee, you better be on Power 30, right? 10 minutes and you have to get off, go for it. We will bless you goodbye, but those 10 minutes are worth it. So something to think about. The other thing is income and impact is August the 18th. It's a Wednesday night. That's our business call. They have been so stellar. I want you to be a part of that. Make sure that it's on your calendar, in your phone. Remind yourself. We will have some posting ahead of time so you can prep and prepare for that. Sharing stories is August the 25th. Guys, I need for you to hear this. I share this often, and I think that I feel like a broken record, but then I realize that I'm not, because if I were, y'all would be doing it. And then I'd realize that you actually heard me. So I'm going to keep saying it. Sharing stories should be part of your onboard system, period. Everybody that you invited to join you in July, as soon as you get our calendar and you see our calendar and you see, oh, sharing stories is August the 25th, you need to send a reminder as you're onboarding your new ambassadors and customers. You need to say, we have sharing stories on August 25th. I want you to get it on your calendar now. I'll send you more details later. It is part of us onboarding you with success. You're going to get to hear 3 other stories. They're going to blow your mind. That's all you got to do. If you would get your customers and ambassadors onto their first sharing stories, they would believe more than ever. So many of you say they don't have the belief. I don't know how to get them. I don't know how to inspire them. They're not being consistent. You get them on sharing stories once a month, they'll be consistent. You get them on sharing stories and they hear someone's story and they realize that that's like their Aunt Beth or their sister Susie, and they want to share that recording with them because they realize if it helped that person, it could help Sister Susie. You just started them growing a business. So whenever you sit back and you're like, man, I can't grow, man, I can't keep my people being consistent. My question is, are you following the system? Because we have a system in place. We have these events for a reason. It's not just for us to have community and love on each other and say, your story, I love hearing it every time. No, your stories are there so that you can introduce your customers and ambassadors to these amazing stories so that they believe even more. Amen. Amen. Everybody with me on that? Do you believe that? Okay. So that is August the 25th. And then I'm going to talk about this a little bit more at the end of our call, but I want you to know about it. We will have a challenge that starts tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So just put that in the back of your head that you're going to be seeing that tomorrow. I hope everybody participates. Okay, here we go. We're going to be talking tonight and training on a new system that we have in place. And this is my question for you. How many of you feel like that you could get better at customer care? How many of you feel like that if you could retain your customers a little bit better and keep those points up, that your business would be growing leaps and bounds right now? How many of you would love to be able to go back and say, man, if I would have done that differently, if I would have just stayed in touch and helped them be successful, their lives could look so different today. Amen. So do you wish that you had a system that felt more easy, more duplicatable, something that you could send them and you'd be comfortable with, and then they would feel good about it? Like touch of the screen, it is right there. Would you love something like that? As you grow your teams, you're going to want to have a system in place that you can easily train your people. How they care for their people, how they can be successful, but whenever they share their link with someone else, that they can feel like that they're helping them be successful too. And I want you to know that in this year, 2021, I have made a commitment to myself, to my leaders, to my team, to focus on systems and what is duplicatable, what is easy, what is simple. I have watched us we have this gap, and every time I talk to people, it's like I'm not doing customer care well. Honestly, there's just different pieces. It's like, well, this team has this piece and this team has this piece, and then we get to where we don't do anything and we send out emails, and then whenever you talk to your people, and I'm like, are they sending out welcome emails? No, I don't think so. Well, that's the very first step to success. So if we aren't being able to do those things and having a way to be duplicatable, it was something that we needed to evaluate. We needed to be able to say, how can we do this better? How can we streamline? How can we do something that helps people be consistent? And so that has been a really big area for me, because this is what I want you to think about. And this is what I have had to think about this year. If I want my organization to grow, and I'm just here to tell you that this will be a double diamond team one day. Yes, I want my organization to grow. If you want to be Ruby, if you want to be Senior Ruby, if you want to be Emerald, if you want to be Sapphire, my question for you, if you've been doing this business for a while, some new people are on here, so it's their first time. If you've been doing it for a while, my question for you is, the system that you have in place today, do you believe that that system will work for you whenever you double and triple your organization? If you're not doing well today with customer care, as you bring on hundreds and thousands of people, do you believe that that broken system will work for them? Or do you believe that that will be detrimental to your growth? Those are things I've had to think about. How do I streamline so that I can make you successful, so that you can help your teams be successful? Because I know where you desire to go. I know what your dreams are. And so that's why this has been important, is because it's my job, I believe, to make you successful. And so I want you to know that this was built not just by Melissa, this was built by your Jewel ambassadors. So Michelle Harold, Dory Rogers, Andrea Stutt. We put our heads together, we butted heads, we put our heads back together, we butted heads, we saw our giftedness, we saw our weaknesses, and we came up with a system. And I'm super, super excited about the collaboration, about the ins and outs, about the questions that we had the entire time with you in mind of what can we do that makes them successful immediately. And so I want to share this with you. And I'm going to tell you before I share my screen that I want you to understand the benefits. Our hope is that we have everything in one place. It's very easy. You can use it on your phone. You can use it on a laptop. You send a link to your new ambassadors. You can send it through a text, an email, a messenger. You have the capability of doing it all those different ways. We will add some graphics to this piece later on this month, so that you'll have, and you'll understand that in just a few minutes, that will help you. It's very easy for your new people to share. So as soon as they say, you should be doing this with me, and they get joined in, you literally have empowered your new ambassador to be able to immediately feel strong about them sending a duplicatable system so that their people can get started. So I want you to understand that. And then the really cool thing, because I feel like whenever I hear you say my customer service isn't great, you are going to have ways to use this system to follow up with them because of the videos that are in here. So with that, I'm going to share this with you. Drum roll, please. And then we'll take questions at the end. And I've got our leaders, well, all of you are leaders. I have our jewels on here with me that help create it. And so we will help answer your questions at the end. So let me do a share screen. and we will get this party started. So here we are, and let me close us up a little bit so that I can actually see what I'm doing here. All right, here is. Now, like I said, if you were on your phone, this would literally be your entire phone screen right here for them to be able to see. And this is how to start success. This is your product success system. So remember that, product success system. So this is how anybody can begin immediately to be successful with their products. Now, if you are on your phone, you will swipe your phone to the right. Or if you're on, like we are right now, on your laptop, you'll see these little spots right here that you can toggle back and forth. So this is your welcome, and it's welcome to Plexus. It tells them how we're excited about them being with us. We tell them that our mission is for everyone to take their products consistently so that they can benefit from that. And we immediately share with them how they can get their products paid for. And then you see this table of contents. I'm going to actually show you. So you're going to kind of see some messiness because it's going to bring up my desktop again. But I want to share really quick these videos with you because it was so important to us that these videos were very short, because we knew that we want to give them a taste of our community, but and we wanted to welcome them, but we wanted it to be short enough that they could watch it and not feel like that they would have to come to it later. So here's their first video, their welcome video, and you see it's 3 minutes. Here we go. Hey, I'm Melissa, and I want to introduce you to some of my friends, Michelle and Andrea, and we want to welcome you into your health and wellness journey. Congratulations for making one of the greatest decisions. We are some of your leaders, and all that means is that you had a mutual friend that is friends with us, and we are all part of the same team. This is what we want you to understand, is that we all come into our health journeys with different struggles, different triumphs, different sizes, different health issues. We're excited that you're here. We're excited that you are going to start this simple regimen into your daily life and be consistent with it, and you're going to be able to see some great successes.
We are so excited that you're here, and we want you to feel completely empowered. One of the reasons that we love Plexus and why we came to Plexus is because of the way it works with your body. No two bodies are the same. Each of us comes with unique individual needs, and that is why we love Plexus, because it addresses each body in a completely different way. For many of us, we had been searching for answers. We had lots of issues that we were struggling with that were plaguing us all of our days.
Sorry about that, guys.
And, you know, a lot of us have baskets full of failed products, but also failed hopes and dreams.
Plexus is simple. It's easy to incorporate into our daily routine. It's backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee, and honestly, it's changing the lives of thousands. The beauty of it is it's dealing with the key issues that we deal with: gut health, blood sugar balance, systemic inflammation, and what these products do is deal with exactly those things. Your welcome pack is on its way, and we're so excited for you to get started. This is what I want to make sure that you hear. Consistency is key in your health journey. You have a subscription that is set up that comes to you on a monthly basis. If this hasn't been set up, we ask that you go in with your email address and your password to log in and get that set up so that you can be consistent and so that you can see success. Most of us joined Plexus just like you did. We were looking to get healthy. We were looking to save money on products. And as we took the products and we started seeing success, we just couldn't help but not share what they were doing in our own lives. This site is for you. It's for you, whether you're a customer or whether you decide to be a brand ambassador, to know exactly what your next steps are, what you're doing, and how to do it.
Our goal is that we provide simple, usable information for you to move forward in your journey. We want you to see success, whether that be in the next 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years. We are here for you.
Okay, guys, my great apologies. I'm pretty sure that because I have a Zoom open, a Canva open, and a YouTube, that it wasn't all together. But I hope, I mean, y'all put in the comments, did you love that? That is amazing to be able to welcome them. So then we share a little bit about getting these products paid for. I hope that it sticks together, but I want you to see this because we want to quickly allow them to know that they can make money in their first month just by sharing with friends. So let's see if I can do this one a little bit better and get it together. Once again, as you see, it's under 3 minutes.
Hey,
Really
I hope
excited
that
about
you're
that.
falling in love with your products the way that Michelle and I have. I know for us, we fell in love with the products, wanted our family on the products. And the biggest thing for us is that we wanted to figure out how to get our products paid for. And that's what we want to talk to you about today. It is simple. Our mission is that everyone on our team gets their products paid for. And listen, it's simple, it's easy. 3 friends, $300. I know for Michelle, she was one of my first ones that got started with me, and I want her to share with you the simplicity of what we do.
I was one of her first ones. And the reason I even knew that she was doing it was because she was willing to post it out there onto Facebook. If she had not done that, I might not have ever known, but she shared what she was doing and it intrigued me in a way that it made me curious enough to reach out and say, okay, tell me more. So that was a really big thing. And we recommend so highly that you do the same thing. Tell the people that are closest to you. Tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your neighbor, your best friend, a sorority sister. Tell them what you're doing. Who would you want to link arms with and just to journey together, just to do this together, an accountability partner.
Yeah, talking about simple, what I would highly encourage you to do is make sure that the friend who asked you to join them, let them know that you really want to get your products paid for. We're here to fully support you, and we have the simple systems and the tools for you to get started. The first thing that I would highly encourage is that you get to a 3-way message, kind of like Michelle and I did with my sponsor, of getting together, getting to know each other, and actually understanding what the system even looks like. That's first and foremost. But did you know that on your phone, you have an Engage app that actually has 3 free samples for you to send to those 3 friends that we know are going to be joining you. So this is what I want you to hear. Whether you are wanting to get your products paid for, or you're wanting to have that 6-figure income and beyond, we have the simple systems for you. So reach out, make sure that we know, be part of our community. Don't try to do this on an island. We've got everything for you to make it simple so that you can have a life of freedom.
Okay, guys, wasn't that awesome? Shout out to Michelle Harrell. She is so good at these videos. So good. Okay, so let's keep moving. If you loved it, I'd love to see it in the comments. So share in the comments what you thought about that. And let's move on to seeing what else is out here. So you get the steps to succeed. Now, if any of you did your emails, these are like part of that email of writing down your goals, committing to the products. You're letting them know up front how they can be successful. You talk about drinking the water, why it's so important to drink that much water. People need to understand that. Guys, it's kind of crazy. We need to have water education, to be honest. Like, people just need to understand. And then we want them to know you're going to be checking on them. You're going to check on them often. So you want them to be able to hear that. Now, what we're doing here is we're focused just on the triplex combo at this time in this product success system, but we will be adding another page to this that will be a landing page that will have all the different combos in there. But since triplex is our flagship, that's where we're going to start. And we let them know that communication is everything, that you're going to be following up with them for those first several weeks, and that it's so important for them to know. But they have this chart so that they can follow the chart. And then they also have the copy. So here they know how to take the Slim, the Bio Cleanse, and the Pro Bio 5, and why those are important for them to be able to take. And then we go into the beauty of detox. Amen. This is the area that we so desire for people to be able to stick with us as they walk through this detox, to understand that feeling yucky is actually beautiful. It's kind of like my daughter who is pregnant. We know all of our pregnant friends that that first trimester, when they're sick and nauseated and throwing up, you're like, this is good, celebrate. That's what I think about with our detox and understanding that. So we go through what it is and what it means. And once again, we have here one of our videos so that they can hear a little bit from us of what this looks like. This one's a little bit longer. I want to share this with you real quick. We don't have to watch all of this one.
About detox. Now, whenever I started my health journey, I knew nothing about gut health. But I did trust my friend who trusted her friend, and their doctors had approved these products, and that was enough for me. But as I've gone through the years, I've learned so much about how these products work synergistically together. But what I want you to know is that whenever you focus on gut health, you might have a detox process. It's very normal. I always share with my friends and my clients, celebrate being a little bit uncomfortable. But let's talk about a little bit of what those symptoms are, how it may make you feel, and what it can look like over time. So as you get started, I want you to know that all of us are different. I know that I came into this journey with autoimmune disorders. I had some different experiences in the way that I ate. It looked different for me. You are coming with your own history, with your own experiences, and the things that you eat in your diet is going to look different from me. So none of us are the same, and I do love that. We're all unique. We're not cookie cutters. Some of the detox symptoms can be bloatedness, weight gain, fatigue, irritability, moodiness, rashes, headaches, flu-like symptoms, achiness, things like that, constipation. So I want you to kind of have those at the top of mind whenever you are getting started on your journey. And whenever those things happen, instead of being fearful of what's happening to your body, really say, this is good, because this is the deal. You want to get out all of the toxins out of your system. You want to be able to flush that out. That's why water is so critical. And we're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. But your journey, and as you go through this process, it's not going to happen overnight. I know we all want that overnight magical feeling of everything being gone. It's just not how it works. Think about it. You're where you are today with your health, your weight, your health issues, concerns. All of that has been a journey of your life to this point. We're kind of starting a new future for you. And so allow the process to happen. 90 days, that's why I'm always saying 90 days is really critical. I really look at 90 to 120 days. And for me, it was the 120-day mark. Those 4 months for me were very critical for me to get rid of toxins so that, like, I could literally have a health transformation. I'm so thankful that I didn't give up. I believed in the process. I believed in how these products work synergistically together. My entire life looks different today because I allowed those 4 months to happen. So it might not be 4 months for you. It could be a week, a day. You don't know. But this is what I want you to hear. When it happens, remember our conversation, okay? And stick with it. And you're going to have all of us supporting you, encouraging you. If you have questions, ask. There's no crazy question out there. And if you don't ask, it's going to bring doubt. So ask the question. We'll be here to answer those questions for you. But remember what some of these symptoms are and what's going on in your body.
Okay, so that goes on from there, and y'all can continue to watch that. But hopefully the whole idea of why we did these videos, number one, I think that it's good for them to see humans. I think that it's great for them to see part of your community and why you love community the way that you do. It brings belief, it brings third-party validation into it. They can go back and look at those things. Like I said, you can actually use those to follow up. But as you see, we're in Michelle's home, you see a dog walking around. We want them to know that this healthy lifestyle is a lifestyle. And it's part of what we do. And so I hope that that is a benefit to you of seeing that, and that you're getting super excited about the things that we're doing. So everything that I talk about, we actually have right here in copy. So they'll be able to hear it, but they'll also get to read it. So depending on if they're an audible learner or they are a reader, something like that, they're going to have it all right here. And then it's tips to support. So maybe they do need that extra help of the Epsom salt, the refresh liver right here. Guys, we have links for them to literally go and order it right there, which I think is awesome that we're bringing value to them in that way. It's a one-stop shop for them. And then we go on with the tips of things that they can do and how they can feel better. I'm going to get this a little bit bigger for you so that you can see some of the different information that we have in here of what's going to be good for them so that they can get better and begin to feel better. Okay. So all of this good stuff is there at their fingertips that they can go back and reference. And then we really do the water education. We really want them to understand so many times. How many times have you said when people are detoxing or they have headaches or they feel bloated, how many times do you say, how much water are you drinking? Are you drinking your water? How much water are you drinking? Like, we ask it over and over again. We really want them to be educated on why water is life. I mean, we should all be drinking it anyway. I think we're blessed that we get to educate people what the percentage of their body is water, why they should be drinking water, period. And so we get to help them with that. And then we continue through that. And then we go into what to expect with these first 3 to 6 months. So we really work through with them what that can look like. That for some people, it'll be a slower process. Some people, it will move quickly. They see in that 3rd month, they're going to start to notice little things. They're going to really get in tune with their bodies, which I absolutely love, that people begin to get in tune with their bodies. We know that our bodies take score. Other people are being educated into that. And then we talk about that layers of an onion. The great thing about this process is that people begin to see and understand that what we're sharing is really a process, and that nothing is going to surprise them because we've given them the information up front for them to be able to see. So that is our new product success system. I hope that you're excited. Can I see? Are y'all excited? I haven't. Okay, yeah. Shondell, you are so cute. Okay, love, love, love. So excited and so thrilled for everybody and how easy this is going to be. You will have the link out there. As you receive this link, if you have new people, you might send them back to this training so that they can kind of hear everything, know everything. One thing that I want to make sure that I say that I forgot at the time on the how to make the products, as I shared with you, we want those videos to be 5 minutes or less. We really want to hit that 3-minute mark if we can. Sometimes we get to that 5. And so we have a how to take the products video that was longer than that. And we really did commit to being short video. And so we are going to rework that video, and we will have that as a link as soon as it's ready and live. As soon as we put it into the system, you have it. So there's no concern of, do I have the upgraded? Do I have the right one? Did y'all adjust it or change it? Every time we add and bring more value, it is live for you immediately. And that's something that I love, because right now we're always having to update, and then people get confused, and then they wonder if they have the most updated one, or we come out with new welcome packs, and we're going to have that welcome pack page here soon. You'll have everything at your fingertips that is exactly what you need at that month or that time. So I'm really, really excited about that piece as well. So as I end, and then we're going to open it up for questions, but tomorrow you start a challenge. So be looking for it in the morning. It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And it is in regards for you to start using this product success system immediately. And so we're going to give you different ways that you can do that each day. And so be looking for that. Get super excited about it. You've got a great value tool for your new people, for people that have been with you this year, and for future potential people, even to be able to show them how easy it is for them to have success. So with that, I'm going to open this up. If anybody has any questions or you want to share anything, that would be great.
Before questions start, I just want to say one thing. I put it in the chat, but in case you didn't see it, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So many times we are sharing with people and they don't have Facebook. Y'all, this is not on Facebook. This is completely outside of Facebook. And as you know, we get into phase 2 of building into, now how to build a business with it. That will be the next piece that we end up adding to this. All of it is outside of Facebook. And that is a really big thing, that we have that platform outside of Facebook. So that's all I had to say.
Yeah, super, super exciting. We never know when social media is gone. We never know whenever they say, oh, you can't have groups anymore. So that was another big piece for us, is that we put this in a space that we would not have a fear of losing anything. So we're excited about that.
Also, Melissa, I wanted to say, which I'm sure most people know this, and that was so good, by the way. I had not seen it. Of course, I wasn't there when y'all made it. I'm like, y'all are like professionals. I love
Let
that.
us laugh for a moment. Okay, go ahead.
I love that this is more like, we keep talking. We always want to be going towards system dependent and not sponsor dependent. And I think that this is going to give so many people confidence as they're starting their new business, to just easy share instead of like, well, I think I saw it on the Legacy, or maybe it was Campaigners, or maybe it was here. I think that's a lot of confusion. And that's why we wanted to bring it all into a one-stop shop. It's just anyone starting the business or who's been doing this for months can just have that confidence to share that, or go themselves to get training as well. So anyway, I'm really excited about it for our teams.
I love that you said that, Dory. Y'all, that's the biggest emphasis. Like whenever I was sharing earlier, as you grow your team, every time you promote, you're doubling your team. And as you double it, if you are doing all the work and you don't have a system that points them somewhere, you will not have the freedom that we talk about in network marketing. You will be dying answering all the questions, trying to get all the resources for people. And so I love that Dory emphasized that. It's a huge piece for you to have freedom, is to have strong systems in place that you can hand it to someone and they can still find success and get their own answers. So that's a really big piece.
One last thing I want to say. This is something that you don't have to decide, should I send this to them? Anybody you sign up, customer or ambassador, we've got to make it such a habit that this is what we're sending to all of them, because no matter how you're starting the products, however you've signed up, whatever bucket you've landed in, this first page that you just saw applies to every single person taking the products. Mm-hmm. So don't overthink it and go, should I send it to them? Send it to them.
Mm-hmm. Every single person should have this in their hands as soon as they sign up. So really exciting. And don't forget, the big thing with your follow-up, Shondell, I see you. The big thing with the follow-up is you can go back and say, hey, did you watch that detox video? In their first week, hey, did you see about getting your products paid for? Because we want to make sure that you stay consistent and this won't come out of your family budget. So things like that, you have follow-up tools for them. Shondell, did you have a question?
Yeah, two things I wanted to say. And can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Two things. One, I am so grateful for this. I've been in network marketing before, and I feel like what you showed us tonight makes things more personal. So when you're connecting with people, so that I appreciate so much. And then my question was, you mentioned a link inside the where they can go purchase product. Is that a place where we insert our website? Because I want to make sure that was clear.
Those products are like for liver refresh. So some of the detox, and so it's the product that Andrea Stutt, one of our nurses, it's one of our leaders. It's the one that we always go to Andrea going, which liver refresh should we get? So literally we've put the link in there so that if they're having detox issues or anything like that, they can go straight to the herb store and get that liver refresh. Yeah, it's not a Plexus product. It's not a Plexus product. Yeah.
Okay. And I just thought about one thing.
Yeah.
In regards to keeping the video short, because well, a few of you know that I'm in the hearing impaired community. So sometimes I think it can be, the words can go on and on and on, and sometimes it's a bit much. So I like that it's short, it's direct to the point, especially for those in the deaf community. And I like it because it'll help me, like if I'm showing it to someone who is deaf and I'm wanting to pull them in, now I have something that I can help them with questions, because there's always questions.
Yes.
Especially if they feel like the things aren't explained for them to understand. So thank you very much. Yes.
I love you. Thank you. I'm so grateful that it's good for you. So grateful.
Can I ask Shondell a question?
Yes.
Shondell, when things are put into YouTube, if you have a hearing impaired person that you're sharing it with, can't you click on the closed captioning?
Yes, but sometimes when someone posts a video on YouTube, for some odd reason, that button doesn't work. So that's why I always ask when someone prepares a video to make sure that works. So if I'm leading someone there, that they know that they can be able to go on there and they can be able to read what's happening. Now, some of them do have an app called an AVA app. So like, let's say right now, as I'm talking to you, what will happen is right here, it will dictate what I'm saying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but my personal opinion, I think YouTube works a little better.
Well, I'm just wondering, as you try it and you see if it works, if it doesn't work, let Melissa know or message me directly, because I downloaded it. I can download it into YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And Michelle, I just realized that you put it on your channel, not mine. I was going to go look and see if we can do some type of a closed captioning in the editing piece of the back end. Maybe look at that, because we could maybe go ahead and set it up as closed captioning, this week, to where it's already set up.
Yeah, and it's really easy too. Sometimes when it does the auto closed captioning, you have to adjust it because it doesn't always pick up words, but you can manually go in and type out the correct word if you see that something didn't transfer over correctly.
Okay, we'll play with that. We'll see if we can do something on our end for sure.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yes, I'm so glad you're on tonight. Do y'all have any other questions or thoughts? Yay. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm excited for all of us. I hope that this blesses you. I hope that your mind is just going creatively on how this is going to help you. And be looking for the challenge in the morning, because I'm excited to see what it's going to do just for our new people. And please do not forget that sharing stories. So you want to make sure that you have shared with all of your new customers, new ambassadors about August 25th for the sharing stories, so that you can help build their belief. Okay, guys, y'all have a wonderful night, and thanks so much for being with us. See y'all later.